Morning guys, welcome back to our daily drive, and today we're going to be driving up towards Finchley Central, or North Finchley, and I thought let's see what we encounter along the way. A little bit of dual carriageway, hopefully a few meeting scenarios, and then the general drive. So coming up to the end of the road here, dead, like you can't see anything, like it's so closed off. And then we come out safely. Okay, good. Now I can't see around the bend. Maybe look over the top if you can. Sometimes reflections in parked cars, looking, peeking, and there's a car there, so they've moved off. Another car, nope, nothing. Check my mirror and off I go. There we go. And that's how you got to do those bends, really important. Okay, coming up to the top of the road, and then I'm going to turn right. I can't see left or right, so I'm looking to slow down and stop, and then maybe peek out as the view gets a bit better. So nothing there, nothing there. Perfect. That's how you do it. Simple. Okay. A lot of the whole, like sometimes for me, the whole point of this sort of driving is to try and get it across that it can be simple. Okay. And you know, you just got to make sure that you take your time, approach junctions easily and safely, and the rest is just simple. If you overcomplicate it, then obviously you know, things can change a lot. You got the bus sign here. We're coming up to the markings, you can see it. Look at the timing, 7 to 10, 4 to 7. The time now is after 11, so I can clearly use it. So I'm going to check my mirrors. I'm going to come over to the left hand side, utilize the bus lane. It says Monday to Friday anyway, so you know, there's a lot to look at. Okay, so you've got Monday to Friday, today Saturday, so you know, you can easily use it. So think about the days, think about the times, and then you'll be all right. Now we're going to go straight ahead. Okay, and as we get there, look at the signs. Okay, two-way road now. All right, slow written on the ground, so be cautious, be ready to maybe slow down if necessary. Blind bend ahead, and as we're coming up, can't really see him, slowing down a little bit, and off you go. All right, coming up to the end, we're then going to turn right. Okay, markings on the ground. I was telling my student just in the lesson before, markings and signs, because they were missing a lot of the speed signs, or maybe a roundabout was coming up and they were missing that. So yeah, it's really important that you identify the signs, the markings, humps coming up, slow here, tight spaces coming up. There's a lot to look at, you know, to be honest. Markings here, roundabout there. Okay, checking on my right, checking in front, and off we go. Tight space here, island and car. That means I need to come out, but there's a car coming, so I'm going to go slow, try and get my car straight, and then gently across. When your car's straight, it's easier to get past the vehicle. Okay, big huge hump here, but there's a car behind, so I'm not going to try and middle it, because I don't want them to think I'm doing something weird. And then coming up further ahead, that's it. Now we've got more humps. Stay in your lane, ignore where the actual humps are for now. Later on you're going to try and place yourselves so that you can do it nicely, but like that car kind of did. But you know, you don't really want to put other drivers at risk or put them off. Okay, some cars are lowered, so they need to go over the middle or whatever, or angle off the tires off it, so that they don't scrape the bottom. So the higher vehicles go straight through the middle, and the cars which are lowered or slammed, they will try and go angled off them. All right, blind roundabout here. Lady and pretty people there, should have let them go. Okay. Now we're waiting and waiting, and all clear. All right, off we go. Nice. There we go. All right, so coming around, bend ahead, pedestrians there, kid on the corner, so I'm gonna be a bit cautious with that, and then carry on again. So whenever you got little kids or anyone walking or right near the pavement edge, they could trip over, they could slip, you know, whatever. So you don't really want to go too close to them or too fast when you're going to them. So that's really important. Good. Ooh, someone's pushing the car. Good. Now this road splits here, and it's a dual carriageway. I don't know if you see it, but it's still 30, so don't think dual carriageways have a set speed, okay? Always look out for the sign, see what it's meant to be, and then plan according to that. Now I'm trying to work out which way I want to go, and I think I will go left. So we're going to go left here, and then we're going to go into this road. Now we're going to join a dual carriageway, okay? As we're coming up. Now look at the signs, one way, okay? As soon as we pass this road, now I'm going to middle it. I'm going to join, to signal to join. Markings there. I'm going to start using my mirror. I'm going to sometimes look over my shoulder, but the mirror's enough. My lane's clear. That's all I need, okay? Approach slowly, don't go fast, you'll run out of space on a slip road as well. Okay, now we're going to be changing lanes soon, okay? It's quite busy, black car there. I'm just going to be patient, focusing on keeping my wheels straight. If I'm going to look around, I need to focus on keeping that straight, okay? So coming up to the junction, I don't really want a lane change here, okay? Now we're going to be focusing on not undertaking this vehicle, because the other one was slowing down because of the traffic, and we're going to be patient. Green light still. Bus is in my lane a little bit. I want to see if I can just squeeze past it near the line, and nicely done, easy. Okay, now I need to get to the right lane, so let's see. I'm going to signal and abide my time. That car's gone. The car behind me has now changed lanes as well, and I'm going to smoothly come across. It's quite busy today, it's good. Okay, we're going to change lanes again, okay? I'm going to see if it's safe. Hopefully you guys can see it in the camera, in the mirror. All right, and then I'm moving over. It's a glide, remember? Extend the amount of time you use to change a lane. Do not change suddenly, okay? Don't know why I got the window open there, but I got the aircon on. But let's turn that down a bit. Good. Now we're going to be turning right shortly, so I'm trying to work out the best way to my student's house now, so I'm just playing the route in my head. So North Finchley, yeah. Alright, so after the traffic lights, we're going to be turning right. Green arrow, so everyone's going straight. Okay, check behind me, lights change quite quick, and then continue through. Now normally, I'm sure you saw that amber light there, okay? What you're gonna have to find and think about is it safe for you to stop, okay? A lot of experienced drivers like myself, what we'll end up trying, wrongly you can say doing, is trying to get through that yellow light, okay? It depends on your speed, it depends on your distance to the junction, and then one thing you can think about is that, say for example, if it changed now, I'm too fast to stop, okay? But if I've got time to stop safely without causing a problem for the car behind me, then an amber light you should stop, because it actually means stop. It's just got a little bit of leeway and play with it, okay? So all experienced drivers try and go straight through that, but you know, for your driving test, you know, you have to factor in, is it safe to stop, and will I affect the car behind if I hit the brakes, you know, firmly. So you don't want to cause yourself an accident or, you know, be involved in one. The red light obviously is a stop, mandatory stop, but what happens with the red light and the difference between the amber and the red is kind of, you've had an amber light as a precursor to stopping. You've had time to stop and you still haven't, and you're going through a red light still, then obviously you're going to get a ticket when the cameras flash you. So when it comes to those lights, amber, you know, you have to decide. Whenever you come up to the traffic lights, you got to make sure you check behind in advance so that you know if it's going to be safe to stop. Also, if the green light's been on for a long time, think that it might change on you soon, so maybe easing off a little bit on the gas so it's not going to be that sudden of a stop, okay? Those things are really important. You've got to think about that as well. Now we're going into this road, bit of a sharp turn, nice clear open road, no parked cars, okay? Bend ahead, hazards ahead on their side, which means they might come wider into my lane, you know. Now there's a hazard on mine, I've got to go closer to their lane, and so you're going to have to think about what's coming towards you, where you can position. Slow sign written, coming up further ahead. Notice with the steering as well, I don't know if you can see it in view, but I tend not to go like this too much. You know, a lot of students are driving and they're doing this and adjusting. Obviously you're new, but it's about just keeping it firm, steady. Don't grip too hard, tight. Look, I'm literally just putting my palms on there. I hardly grip, okay? And if I show you now, for example, if I literally let go of the wheel, it should kind of just do that. Look, car's kind of just driving. All right, it does move a little bit due to the road surfaces, okay, and the way the roads camber as well. But generally, look, if I do that, it'll go towards the Mac because it's angled there. Simple. I don't need to do much apart from just maybe a little pressure away from the Mercedes. And then here, okay, we're gonna go kind of here, and then if I'm gonna hold it, it's gonna go in that direction because the road's angled and cambered to the left like this. The camber is there for rainwater, just in case you guys didn't know. So the drains are on the side, the rainwater drips to the side, doesn't accumulate in the middle usually. But that will affect your steering sometimes. So that's something to keep in mind. Look, very light. I'm chilled with the steering wheel. Take my hands off it. Something students are like rigid. The moment they look somewhere, their whole body moves with the wheel. So you know, very chilled steering, nice and relaxed. There's a buddy of mine. There you go. That's another one. All right, and now we're going to come up to the roundabout, and I think I will go right at the roundabout, third exit. Let's see what we can get if it gets busy, and we can work out what to do. Zebra crossing here, so you stop behind. Then there's a gap after the zebra crossing which you can use. So I'm going to make sure no one's crossing, and then I'm going to utilize the zebra. I'm going to look at the Mercedes. Let's have a look. Okay, they're coming. Let's have a look at this black car. Okay, they're coming. Look at the other black car. They're leaving. But look at the van, he's also signaling to leave, and now I can go. Hope that makes sense. Lane position really makes a difference, okay? The moment they start leaving, they start changing the lanes, they stop hugging the roundabout. Okay, this guy's a bit close, okay? And I'm also close, so it's not his fault. There we go, and following it around. That's it, and off we go. So yeah, that was a roundabout done, easy. Try and look at those lanes, try and look at the signals on those cars that were coming round. I go through it a little bit rushed because, you know, obviously I can't hang around at the roundabout, but you know, just keep that in mind. Now we've got a bend coming up. Oh, bus stops, by the way, a lot of students do get confused between the bus stop and the bus lane. Sounds silly, but bus lanes have that thick line, blue signs telling you it's a bus lane. It has timings. You can actually park inside a bus lane according to the timing sometimes as well, because it's usually like a single line, so single yellow line. So those are things that are allowed. But bus stops, you cannot park in a bus stop. You can go through, you can stop in traffic, it's not a problem, but you can't park your car in a bus lane. Okay, subtle difference. All right, so be mindful of that. So don't some students will see a bus stop and they'll try and go around it. You don't need to go around a bus stop. So just drive straight through it, no problems at all. This road's quite tight, so you can see my speed's dropped a little bit, got the humps, and then I'm good. So gets a bit tight, sometimes it's hard to judge. Focus on the cars coming towards you. Those cars can't move, so you never want to get close to them. So if you notice that car's doing a good job staying away, kind of straddling the line sometimes when they need to, and then when it gets tight you slow down more, and that is all you have to do. Now we should be coming up to some meeting scenarios which get a little bit tricky, but let's see. Now there's a mini roundabout ahead, hence why there's a little bit of traffic, but there might be traffic further ahead, so we'll see how that goes. It's busy up there. Always maintaining your gap, never get close, okay? It's really important. So mini roundabout, we're going to go left here today because too much traffic up there. So pedestrian maybe wants to cross. Nope. Okay. So this exit here is technically not for the roundabout, so that guy's done it totally wrong. Yeah, he's not meant to go off like that. So they've got arrows pointing them to go that way. We can see it on the ground there as well. So he's done that, and that could have been a bit risky, but obviously he's had a look first. I think there must be temporary traffic lights up there, so let's see. There you go, starting to move off. Now, as we go, still maintaining my distance here, making sure no car's going to be signaling this direction here. Okay, so as I'm going, I'm double checking they've gone, I'm double checking there, and then off we go. There we go. Now this road's often quite tight. There's another one I want you to do which is even tighter. Looking down the road as much as possible, bus coming ahead. See how much you got to look? That's it. Okay, but loads of space here. There used to be loads of parked cars there, but I think they've put the double lines in. New sign there, can't turn left. Look at the meeting scenario coming up. Okay, gets a bit tight. Look at their tyre position. And then this one's easy, good. Alright, now going further ahead, roundabout coming up. It's going to go straight across. Elderly gentleman there. It's going to keep my distance, never get close to a pedestrian. Looking around, making sure it's safe, and continue round the bend. Can't see. Meeting scenario potential. There we go. That's it. Now, car pulled out. Let's see which way they go. It looks like they're going to go right. Oh, they've come fully out. That's it. Good. And constantly monitoring the road. Okay, it's they can get very busy. Okay, that car's sticking out a little bit, so I'm just going to adjust a bit. Zebra crossing, man coming towards it. It looks like he's gonna use it, not use it, and then carry on. 20-mile-an-hour zone. I need to drop it now, drop it in advance, and then nice and simple. And I should take the next right turn. You have these new school timings as well. That was Monday to Friday, so we're on a Saturday today. And then the new sign coming up, and we're going to go left into the 30 zone. Smooth, good. Despite it being 30, obviously you're not going to be able to do 30 here. So the speed limits are there as a guideline. I've had a few students trying to max them out quite recently, so never just rush to max out the speed. Use the appropriate speed. Okay, and we shall be following it around here. A little bit of a bend, can't see round. That's it. Nice. There we go. Right. All right, end of the road, and then we are going to go. I don't even know if we're going left. I think I'm going left. Is it nicer than to wait? Is it left? No, it's right. I'm turning right. I'm turning right. So now I've got to wait for these cars, and then when it's safe I shall turn in. I think I can turn the other one as well. There you go. Just going to see if someone's going to be nice enough to let me in. We can make eye contact with the drivers, that really helps, and then you'll see whether they let you in or not. There we go. So another thing later on, I'll try and focus on that a bit more. Eye contact with drivers, okay, really important. You know, I had the other thing where you know, reflections in parked cars and eyes on lights, but eye contact with the drivers also really helps. You'll see them nod their head or just hand gesture to you to sort of go, or you know, and that sort of stuff really makes it easy. Okay, so it really helps. So then you'll understand whether you can fit into the gap or they're letting you go, etc. So those are the things. So that's there you go, another little meeting scenario here. By the way, you are allowed to say thank you, so don't fear saying thank you, but not allowed to say go or anything. Giveaway junctions, another thing, just another way to think about that new H2 rule. It's a giveaway junction, giveaway to cars obviously on the main road, but also giveaway to pedestrians, etc. Here my junction's blocked, so I'm not going to go into it yet. And then now it's clear, and then I'm going to check, and then I'm going to go. So yeah, giveaway to pedestrians who are waiting to cross it on a simple road, but not on the busy roads. All right, so I hope that helped. That's the end of that for today, and I shall hopefully speak to you guys soon. Take care, bye. Stop recording.